This is Geese. This is Daniel. I'm Marty, and we are Ebony Tusks. This is Geese. Thank you for supporting Daniel. Thank you for coming. Marty. This is Geese. We are Ebony Tusks. This is Geese. This is Marty. Thank you for supporting us. This is Geese. This is Daniel. This is Daniel. Thank you for supporting. We are Ebony Tusks. We are Ebony Tusks. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Adidas, trampled by the zebras. The Gemini with the helium heart, let go of my string, let go. Look up into the ether, let go of your ego. Unleash the kite into the night, might return the next morning like the morning light. What kind of eagle is that? It's not an eagle, in fact, it's much more freer than that. All the chaos of a phoenix and a genius is suddenly made tranquil and solemn in a pile of his ash. But watch how he rise from the crash. He ain't no prisoner of death, he got more freedom than that. Speaking of freedom, speaking of freedom, hope that I'm singing for freedom. Speaking of a hope for a song that'll free me from me. Just leave a disembodied voice, sent from the distance by the void. The blacker the boy, the deeper the profile. Pinot Negroid, speaking of interference, I'm getting too close to my deepest tendency for that infinity feeling. A feeling no matter how masterful your language is. No language is contest for this namelessness. Language is a trap, yap, snap, clap. The moment you try to bridge that gap, it collapse. I want more freedom than that. Tell me what's freer than jazz. That I wanna be jazz. But in its being slash non-being, it dies in its element, air being passed from the lips to the brass.
We're Ebony Tusks. Thanks for watching. Curtis Jackson to Curtis Vonnegut. Paramedics response to impairment born of intoxicants. A lack of oxygen, huffing small through cartons of lozenges. Fresh up off the mountain and slalom into an apocalypse. Move thick like a crew of Somali occupants, staring directly at you through looted sets of binoculars. Keep it open and then be forced to acknowledge it, nodding off to a shark with a jaw full of overconfidence. My whole team doing numbers. My homeboy slow creep on the come up. All day, Chuck D's on the corner. You did it, I done it, you got it, I want it, I want it. My whole team about to bubble. Hey. My homeboys, Chuck D's on the corner. All day, slow creep on the come up. You did it, I done it, you. I want it, I want it. Wooden Jesus, peace and crosses tatted on the fingers. Opal righteous teachers poster with no top Adidas. There's nothing casual about this underground completist. Das effects has hold it down a dozen times repeated. Often blunted bump across it versus tortured lungs. Sip of elixir set a fire to his spoken tongue. Stuck a privilege, a rival of a fortune son, but what he wouldn't give a compromise to be the chosen one. To have been born within a world from which you could evolve. And to have seen a glance beyond these poor polluted walls. And to demand a man is console proving you belong. Bandying about a stack of dollars you've been growing the floor. You want to gamble with them bulls where you can roll the dice. Serve a matador with a portion with a fork and knife. Siphon off his skin and bones if you hold the right. Believe me when I say that it appears you can't afford the price. Whole team doing numbers. My homeboys slow creep on the come up. All day Chuck D's on the corner. You did it, I done it, you got it, I want it, I want it. My whole team about to bubble. My homeboys Chuck D's on the corner. All day slow creep on the come up. You did it, I done it, you got it, I want it, I want it. Did I want it? Did I want it? Did I want it? Did I want it? Hey! Did I want it? Did I want it? Did I want it? This next song is called Saint Something Street. I'm chancellor in Chicago with armed security. Ain't no guarantees, risk it all like I'm bound to surety. Dollar in a dream and a list of the slaughter and cursory. Undernourished budget, unethical foreign currency. Documents redacted, transcript rather than scootable. Shorter breath and switch from asphyxiant to albuterol. Truth be told, getting comfortable when I'm too informed. Handkerchief to brow, taking compliments like a loosened jaw. Emerge from the bottom with custom auto fist. Come for armistice, see the arsenal, call for armament. We overrated, know not who you've been in bargain with. Different head to toe, bleeding Harlem like an Apollo kid. Read music and speak my cousin Spanglish. The simple joys of a mutable, unobstructed language. Like what's it worth to have given your mother tongue for payment? Course exchanges, neighborhoods torn apart in anguish. It's a terrible freedom in being obstinate. Never hit a stain unless you put his teeth through his bottom lip. After you exhaust the resources, deplete the lobbyists. Crisis managers, social worker, and speech pathologists. And perhaps it's alarming, but it's just reality. Malnutrition into starvation into insanity. Pray for rain, collect holy water from metal canopies. Keep a rotten gut in an orifice, turn piano keys. You might hear it sinister, but I dream it dulcet. Transient on the surface, a panoply in storage. A tunnel rat in the distance, a planet seed and focus. Likely thinking backwards, but I can feel your collegiate courses. Silent warrior, unopposed and challenge. Wash the paint from my cuticles, then destroy the canvas. Live a life on the cusp, sipping the golden chalice. Respect the throne and ignore the festering open callous. If you're at home watching and you know the words, sing along. Let your neighbors hear this. Rubber yet pointed, deemed illegible at not 11, facing body given borders. Hey. What's your name and where you from and where you headed? Half a block from home.
Body.
Bargain orange soda, pocket change and loaded, magazine and loiter. Hey. Officer responded, prowler on the loose, so rebel out of focus. Given what you boys are prone to do, we need some ample reinforcements. Yeah. Attributes you never knew applied to you until you fit a portrait. Big enough for you to fade away behind the badge of brittle motive. Rebel put on notice. Hands up in the air as if you ever doubted. Not another word, we got you in your feel surrounded. This is what it is and you can't just ride. Circles around you. I'm about to. Hey, fuck up. Cause once you disappear, it ain't no coming back. It's just the way it is and you can't catch us right. I'm about to slip a colony is bogus. Little boys that never grow up. Disembodied from the floor. Stick a game a bit atrocious. Piece of sagamore. On a roll at every quarter. Pick up gain here to float it. Your mother call you up for supper. You gobble up a double push. Eat enough to feed an army, but little man is not a soldier. Mix sodium and sulfur. You mercury with the soda. Got bad employment in the summer. Saving up to cop a suit and top for winter form. Scoop a data, now we rolling 07 Toyota Corolla. Trim a bumper, got him open. License Cyrus pulled him over. Fisher's license from his wallet. A woman that jumped at us. Hands up in the air. Life is but a dream for those who never counted. This is what it is and you can't catch us right. Circles round you. I'm about to. Hey, fuck up. Once you disappear, it ain't no coming back. It's just the way it is and you can't catch us right. I'm about to. Hey, fuck up. The song's called Alpha Dog. Concrete junglist, blacktop parliament for a browbeat public. Arms keep juggling, but the heart needs covenant. What is bought, we covered and blow it all. Seek cover then. Bombs leave rubberless, no alarm. Streets rumbling, coat of arms, eat knuckles. In youth, we all bleed summering. The appalled plead justice and catalog each scuffle. Corner boy left anonymous in a tall tee hustling. They call it a problem, but hardly know what you up against. To bargain your conscience, a form of corporal punishment. When bartering product, the vultures open discussion and enemy territory to brag and boast of circumference. Cup of void of sustenance, stomach swollen and udderless. Mother hopelessly devoted, Holy Ghost come and comfort us. Hold a brother on and popping, caught a foe with an uppercut. Who've been asking for it long enough, the war and the pummeling. Kentucky circa 91, embroiled in a suffering. Alpha Dog, you'll see your martyrdom before you, it's lover's dream. All the Cosm Jordans went to war with some armed police. Departure in the summer, you were gone by the autumn leaves. The father of your father spoke a noble economy. The choir sang you conscious and you rose like you sprouted wings. Better to have been haunted than destroyed by that hour's grief. At least you held the promise we could join you beyond the breach. And every holiday we fought to swallow the memory. Gather up the neighbors and we all would go caroling. And sing your favorite songs like you were part of the merriment. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. Both living in the gone, it seems we all need this medicine. This next song is called Heir Apparent. I'm off the rip with it, but little cliques and syndicates. Lit off indigestibles and what's left of my innocence. Born from out of caustic mist, the perils of a sinking ship. Lost what I had rid as I was not prepared for pilgrimage. Becca's banquet nepotism fed its mirrored images. Dissidents and independents left us with the differences. Flesh to vegetarians repelled by that specific stench. Longer period air out of his depth per many witnesses. Pencil left for breakfast, having seconds till my feel is quenched. Yeah. My community left in ruins, ain't it? The narrative of 1,000 voices pursuing greatness. Self-appointed, a heart of stone and consumed with hatred. A fallen kingdom, a crown of bones, and a future fate. Hey! Get out of town for the weekend. Shot left, turn another summer lost. Trying to chase a light you don't believe in, light you don't believe in. It would only take a week for the poison to root. A decree that sought to render the boisterous mute. The obsolete and their contempt saw betrothal as proof. A lack of principle, endemic to formative youth, but wouldn't dare to offer less than a dormant salute. Salute! 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 Behold the chosen as depicted, is it not? Somebody's ghost, well, is it big or is it pop? And you supposed to be there from the block? Man, I hope it blow like penicillin when it drop. I've been a problem that's pen descendant novelist. Beg for my inheritance, bettered on threaded consonants. Head on silver platter, force-fed to merited columnist. John the Baptist drunk in the spirit within the prophetess. Catch a swig off the bottle. Deadly inhibition, in peril we've been appointed. Celebrate the distinction, a toast to my fellow wolves in exchange for this blank existence. Blank expression, I'm lost in some pain that I can't extinguish. Blank expression, I'm lost in some pain that I can't extinguish. Blank expression, I'm lost in some pain that I can't extinguish. My community left in ruins, ain't it? The narrative of a hollow voice in pursuit of greatness. And whom will you bear my cross for me when my jewel is faded? I carry through in my doctrine when I'm presumed complacent. Behold the chosen as depicted, is it not? Is it not somebody's ghost? Well, is it big or is it pop? And you supposed to be the illest from the block? Man, I hope it blow like penicillin when it drop right on. Tell your mama you not coming home. Get out of town for the weekend. Sharp left turn, another summer lost. Trying to chase a light you don't believe in. Light you don't believe in. Pardon the providence. I'm a partner to profit. I am a propagandist in the corner with wads in his wallet. What a time to have existed in popular conscience. Flip a coin, flipping comments, the cop and the dollars. It's capital, trust. We traffic abandoning hooks. Ingest contaminants and dabble in Babylon's brook. The law of averages in tandem with adamant crooks. Who dare suggest you kiss the ring and command you to look? Keep talking petty crimes and we'll enforce measures. We got a code for parasites that can't afford lessons of what entails a sacrifice of kings who hold scepters and choose to nod and smile politely at your court jesters. Pity the poser in his inobservance, who lives to speak in his compulsion what his fist interpret. Now, I suggest that you retract whatever hits the surface. Hide your feelings behind a mask like an embittered surgeon. Missing persons, black placebos and Buick Regals, hallelujahs, tabernacles and crooked steeples. The pulpiteer took advantage and saw fools of people, a congregation in panic and not a clue between them. Same wolf and loafers and lamb's wool. Fully composed in a portrait over the mantle. A shattered dream on the floor, collected in vacuums. Your wife in disbelief as your father somberly asked you about the human nature that defiles a moment. The fingerprint that bore a stain on this divine appointment. And whether you intend to disappear behind a fortress or call assembly for a final televised performance, but first, another song from our beloved choir. Total silence from the ones with whom I co-conspire. Whoever thought the heaven's gate would be this close to fire, check the grinning deacon overjoyed at his supposed arrival. Church. This next song's called You Runner. Living off a borrowed and nerdy, shuffle off the limb, begging mister to pull the curtains up. Though it's been some years, no wonder you never heard of us. Former generation, extortionists, thieves and murderers. Business never personal, cavalcade of the merciless. Lord, a squad of lawyers and creditors that encircle us. Cipher incomplete, longer narrative been deserted from. Purchase analytics and mentions that got us turning up. Neighborhood economists, running numbers and cashing checks. Hustle ever since I was blanketed in a bassinet. Numb that awful feeling, my fatherless liquor cabinet. Don't ask me who I am, if it's you from whom I demand respect. Ill repute, I've been popping off out of habit, yet you best approach the rumors with caution if you can't match the threat. If it's a funeral, pardon me if I can't object to collateral damage from gauze and bandages at his neck. Throw another 1,000 in the stage, spend a double on the weekend, now that's money in the bank. Buy another round, lift them up, it's time to celebrate. Trying to throw some conversation at you, shorty, what you drink. That's right, I got it, about to get it understood. Not a word until you pay me, I put that on my hood. Hitting licks, spinning corners, everything you wish you could. It ain't no other way, I'm out here running like a pack of wolves, that's right. Alcoholic out in suburbia, muscle off the spliff in an effort to calm the nervousness. Neighbors who complain that he's more than often discourteous. His formidable guardians lurk along the perimeter. Half a dozen racks in a duffel stuffed in the furniture. Pop another script, not concerned at all the particulars of bill collectors who plan to garnish until he's turned to crumbs. You gon' get exposed a less and less and you serve it up. Remember when you first heard your vocal off of a back cassette and suddenly could see past the borders that you were trapped against? Bittersweet concoction, both the poison and palate cleanse the day that you indeed became something more than an accident. And when they kick in the door for what you've established, you better answer with authority. Show them that you demand respect. And in the news, correspondents would call it happen chance. No witnesses came forward, but someone they called for ambulances. Throw another 1,000 in the stage, spending double on the weekend, now that's money in the bank. Buy another round, I lift them up, it's time to celebrate. Trying to throw some conversation at you, shorty, what you drink. That's right, I got it, about to get it understood. Not a word until you pay me, I put that on my hood. Hitting licks, bending corners, everything you wish you could. It ain't no other way, I'm out here running like a pack of wolves, that's right. Throw another 1,000 in the spending double on the weekend, now that's money in the bank. Buy another round, I lift them up, it's time to celebrate. Trying to throw some conversation at you, shorty, what you drink. That's right, I got it, about to get it understood. Not a word until you pay me, I put that on my hood. Hitting licks, bending corners, everything you wish you could. It ain't no other way, I'm out here running like a pack of wolves, that's right. I say Ebony, you say Tusks, Ebony, Ebony. This song's called Gang Signs. For those unfamiliar with the insignia, brutalist regime, heavy knitted from inexpensive drugs, splitting sipping thick, a stiff upper lip to a bitter cup. Fisticuffs renew membership in the missing digit club. Bite the hand of thieves, piranha tank isn't big enough. Overboard your partner, then wildly waving in swimming trunks. Life is overtossed and our motto was chilling in the cut. No surrender won't be an option until you give it blood. Nothing short of committing a couple missing teeth. The wanderlust in our ranks and stumbling city streets. Break the huddle and scrimmage, fumbling in the beef. Conference champions treat divisionals like it's little league. Catch an L and go run and tell it to consulate. Non-negotiable but informants are rather talkative. Note the back and forth disappearance of COVID operatives. You do what you want when you poppin', but it'll cost a grip. Some of us known for shooting the messenger, but nothing less than a bullet wound is acceptable. Respect authority, curfew mostly for spectacle. Order from a king fat and loaded up on a pedestal. To all the figureheads noted a plot against me. I'm soon to catch you maneuvering. Paranoid in the city, I know. Switch from marijuana to bennies, I know. Couple hundred rounds in the semi, I know. Streets watching the holding pattern of nocturnes. Came to fit in the nation, a ball of wax in his nostrils. Won't you pay us a visit? Cul-de-sac where we got work. Friendly neighborhood butcher. Liver jammed in the knockworks. Back to pouring this liquor. Try to ride as a mobster stuck between having dreams of his ride or die in a brown skirt. Government name or moniker. Neither with a counselor. Private investigator. Right hammer short of an outburst. A bit ironic, we beg divinity to intervene. As if some herald devotion would spare a libertine. To want for better but live so careless and indiscreet. Hit the block, reduced to young bull, the delicate wildebeest. And when the price get exorbitant, shift the politics. Swear it's nothing left in a shortage but brittle promises. Heavy be the head when it's dormant and you do not exist. You do what you want when you poppin', but it'll cost a grip. Tough for past mistakes. Prepare to fill out an exit interview at the wake. No less indignant if I were to meet you at the gates. Bragging how I'd spent all my life in fugitive that escape. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm lucid and condescending. Like who'd have thunk I get caught slipping paranoid in the city, I know. Beg for mercy, but what's the difference? I know. Beg for mercy, but what's the difference? I know. Paranoid in the city, 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 I know. I say evidence, you say just evidence, evidence. I say just, you say evidence, just. The song's called Hell Above or Here Below. Pair of filthy tennis shoes and denim stains. Eternal pendulum that swing like a propeller blade. Lone wolf cloaked in artifice, you will never change. High tone whistle and pop when predator hesitate. What's beef but the audience that it generate? Arbiter of proof in his blind euphoria escalate. Lift him off his feet, let the shock absorb as you levitate. Spiraling flock of birds, watching bodies contort and tessellate. Vestibule of hell, souls mustered across the Acheron. Wrought impenitent upon entry to necromanion. Hyperventilating pure oxygen, poison battered lung. Oh, the choice between having drowned or burned when you've had enough. Breathe the incumbent sounds of inferno. Orphan children a portion but reticent in a circle. Citizen howling spiritual out-of-body disturbance. Whom among us is haunted? The cauldron has many servants, I know. Something in the wind, yeah, I can feel it close. Don't say you wasn't warned that we was kicking doors. Get it how you live, but we ain't living, no. Three choices from hell above or here below. You look as if you've seen a ghost. Came upon a pocket full that isn't yours. Pray it isn't real after you did the most. The death is certain whether hell above or here below. Running like a marathon on 4th and inches. Christmas, distributing pocket all the interest. You better answer when they ask you what the business. Tension, pull up with a crown and get his wig split. Running like a marathon on 4th and inches. Christmas, distributing pocket all the interest. You better answer when they ask you what the business. Tension, pull up with a crown and get his wig split. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Suki. Thank you, Frosty. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Vern. Thank you all here at the Jayhawk Theater for having us tonight. Thanks to all of you who are tuning in and checking it out. We sure do appreciate it. We have a brand new album out called Heal Thyself. It's available at all digital streaming services, wherever you listen to music. We also have it available physically on Bandcamp through our label, High Dive Records, as well as our label, Intelligent Sound, on vinyl and cassette. I'm sure you can do your Googles. Googles. Do your Googles. But please, if you haven't heard the album yet, we sure would appreciate you checking it out, either streaming or purchasing a copy. It's really easy to find and really excited to have it out. We got a few songs left. This one's called Bloodletting.
Well acquainted with harbor resentment, the bitter feelings inaudibly rendered. Through gritted teeth we've been volatile, indiscreet in our comments. Is this release or an audit of weapons? Mother in heaven knows I once kept an arsenal in me. Cannon fixed it aimed at those who so often would tempt me. Best believe I was a beast with it awful and petty. Bleed for an audience just to feed all this bottomless envy. And I felt it in my core from rock bottom to ceiling. Quite the composite of a cold and impoverished being. Knew when to quit, but didn't know just what stopping would mean. The light I withheld when I was supposed to be conscious, a beacon. I was supposed to have conquered these demons. You were supposed to see God in this heathen! Those days I can't even argue with reason, but a part of me is flown away in departure for kingdom. Head down to the feet right. Head down to the feet right. Around here, that's what you call that. Around here, that's what you call that. Head down to the feet right. My head down to the feet right. Around here, that's what you call that. Around here, that's what you call that. Am I to be a vessel? Am I to lead discussion? Am I to cauterize the wound? Am I to leave it ruptured? Am I damaged goods not having been discovered at the bottom of a dream deferred and cavernous in hunger? Am I to plummet farther? Am I my father's witness? Am I the courage in his blood, a prophecy delivered? Am I believed to be an author if the script was written long before the moment I felt chosen for the mission given? This song's called Punks Jump Up.
Yeah.
Backsplash has madness city.
Rapathon.
Chat trash, push dope malice
Until the casket fall.
Cat scrap, fish corn strap, the beef
In the catalog.
Catch hands, get jackhammer.
Ambush the applesauce.
Clap back, wrist, dancing, customer
catalog.
Bad plan, hit licks,
Jumping out of the Travelodge.
Crash pad, Nicks co-inhabitants from the
Travelodge.
Back.
There'll be no accidents when there's cash involved. When there's cash involved.
Or from a city where them punks jump up, talk, run up, and really get to know yourself, and that's
Holla champ, but we don't know your belt or want your crown, so play it up and go somewhere.
With all that mouth, perhaps we can't avoid such stress.
Around these bars, believe there will be no such threats.
Within these walls, the exit door is on your
Laugh
left.
like you want what? When you would better watch your step, cause you don't.
Act fast, it won't happen
Unless you tag along.
Dash camp,
You an emphatic chorus of vagabonds. Gang.
Shooters, accomplices, runners, animals. Gang, stewards, economists, hunters, cannibals. Gang, capital, product, customer management. Gang, suburbs and projects, voters and candidates. Gang, critics and bloggers, pundits and analysts.
Gang. Puppets and amateurs.
From a city where them punks jump up, talk, run up, and really get to know yourself, and that's
Holla champ, but we don't know your belt or want your crown, so play it up and go somewhere.
with all that mouth, perhaps we can't avoid such stress.
Around these bars, believe there will be no such threats.
Within these walls, the exit door is on your left.
What?
Where you had better watch your steps. Bang, Davies, hydraulics and Potters, Cadillacs. Bang, deputies, officers, body cameras. Bang, siren responder, gurney and ambulance. Bang, dead on arrival, called it an accident. It's definitive, ain't it? Putting pen to the paper. Permanence, a composition incurred from the ancients. Fellowship of the circle, men interpreting nature, men and women interpreting nature, men, women, and children interpreting nature, beating hearts and cicadas, God's serendipitous cadence, caught in a ripple, I'm nascent. A descendant of angels. A cross between prodigal son and benevolent stranger. Amnesiacs! I merely beg your exceptional patience. As it was written, I recite what's been etched in the pavement. Sound bombing, I'm known for causing a raucous riot. Throwing shots like I'm servicing alcohol to minors. Rap is a dead man walking, and I'm the ghost inside. And when you seen the end, you're no longer betrothed to fallen idols. Peace, God. Peace, God. Peace, God. To be honest, I'm over pleasantries because I was bred to do with the blood of a chosen pedigree. Spare the punchlines before you become a parody. Slaughterhouse is open, a butcher ain't never scared of beef. I'll strip it to the loin and it's swaddled in horseradish. A freshly peppercorn and a pot of this boiled cabbage. Yo, I'ma get it cooking, no doubt, in a whole classes. Yes, I'm widely held in regard as the gold standard, careful a watchdog in the garden and full pantry. Sentinels a guard, no allowance of forced entry, the bullet that paints murals of targets honored in galleries. Weight of the scorched earth in his palm like a worn battery. Lazarus' ninth life, Rasputin without his organs. Really now? Must I be disputed about performance? Evoke his name with nary the confidence he endorses. Please remove your hands from your pockets. I'm at the podium. Down a glass of water, baptism, a couple Tylenol. Open arms psalmist, I'm having an outer dialogue. Spoken eulogy to whatever I lay my eyes upon. Lord, forgive the lunacy captured whenever I am on. Thank you all for tuning in. We have one more song left. It's called HDF. Came into the world allergic to the counterfeit. Quarter water pocket lint. Obstacles to profit make a youngin' switch his countenance. Beggar flip the monstrous. Doubt from unbelievers, strongest faith I'm moving mountains with. Clouds above unsettled dust arouse the ghosts in Exodus. Inadvertent conjuring, the ground awoke to self-destruct. Onward to oblivion, the march of poison animus. Man confronting self, you got the courage nor the stamina. Abandoned ship or Antioch, we plunge to death when given room. Dove from off the high board to a shark-infested swimming pool. Signatures and dotted lines, bloodlust over principles. Wouldn't waste the ink, but I'ma show you what this pen will do. Sort of truth forever sharp, hostile in assemblage. Love to point some fingers like you haven't lost appendages. Carpal tunnel grip by broken arms and cloak the evidence while pondering the future, having not forgone apprenticeship. Metalsmith, smitten by the hammer, chose to forge the blade. Watchful of the temperature, but how it would distort the shape. Atoms fit to shudder and convulse over an open flame. Generations forward, brick and mortars full of golden chains. Profit in economy, pockets full from presidents. Pedal grid and hustle, then and now unbroken testament. Tunnel vision dimming as a lies enforced in rhetoric. Coping mechanism for a life conformed to prejudice. Who could ever hurt you once you hate the person you've become? An opportunity is for someone quicker to respond. No one ever said it would be comfortable for you and yours. When it comes to business, better back it up and scoot along. Hunger made him less than civil, scoffing at the gluttonous. Paper thin provisions, but allowed to call it sustenance. Nibble on forbidden fruit in the gardens of butter. Copious consumption when you hardly stomach governance. Broken bread with blessed coven squad composed of heretics. Lucid shamans, wandering spirits and sober derelicts. Body, blood, and bullet, ill-advised to be so desperate. Fear of missing out like you about this war and pestilence. Chefing from a haunted kitchen, summon another dinner bell. Glad to be of service if you want specific personnel. Farm to table offerings, sommelier and Zinfandel. Underpaid and overworked to demonstrate we live in hell. Above and here below us, levels to the drudgery. Callous from ceramics, napkins, enveloping cutlery. Cursing under breath, a special guest in their company. Never worked a shift where you were not impaired and stumbling. Self-medicate when feeling minuscule and time to fill a void with other broken individuals. Estimates for disrepair, no specialist to take it to. Please don't shoot the messenger, I'm sorry I don't make the rules. I'm Marty, that's Daniel, that's Geese, we're Ebony Tusks. Tri-City, stand up. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you.